In Hong Kong, one of the oldest neighborhoods is Mong Kok. Mong Kok is known for its hustle and bustle, busy and urban street life filled with activity. The neighborhood is dominated by low-rise tenement housing and more recently, high-rise office and residential buildings. There is a fundamental crisis of preservation. Due to urban rejuvenation and gentrification, there is a rise in new developments. Old buildings, including shop houses and tenement housing, are gradually being demolished, replaced by towers of commercial and residential use. Such a case has happened on Reclamation Street in Mong Kok, where a row of 10 tenement buildings have been demolished and replaced by a new development initiated by the Urban Renewal Authority of Hong Kong. Many more cases have appeared in Mong Kok, including the Beacon and the Forest. The result is an architecture in a scale too big, it disrupts the fabric of the neighborhood and does not reflect the street quality, urban life, and cultural identity of the neighborhood. Jane Jacobs, in her book The Death and Life of Great American Cities, argues against demolition. She believes demolition disrupts the intricate social fabric of neighborhoods, displaces residents, and ultimately fails to create thriving communities. She believes that the intrusion of these new developments fail to fit in with the existing urban fabric of the neighborhood. I am interested in preservation in a time of precarity. The shop houses of Hong Kong should be preserved for their distinct characteristics in both the interiors and the exterior. We must preserve the curved balconies and the colorful elevations, the Art Deco style, and the cantilevered projections over the street. These are characteristics of the building that contribute to the vibrancy of the street life in the neighborhood and are no longer built today, only gradually disappearing as they are being demolished. So instead of facing demolition, what if there was a way to preserve old buildings while simultaneously building and transforming the urban fabric with new architecture? Is there a way for preservation and development to coexist and overlap? Is there a way to strike a balance between conservation and development? Although classified as a park and more of a landscape architecture project, the High Line in New York City is a perfect example of blending preservation with development. Architecture should be designed for the community and should improve the daily well-being of the people who use it. The High Line not only preserves existing rail tracks, preventing the infrastructure from demolition, but also cultivates nature through preserving the wildlife that have occupied the tracks. The result is an overlapping of the old and new to create a kind of raw, intimately human space. On the more minute scale, I love the furniture details where the benches seemingly extend from the ground and float in the air. It is intricate moments like these, within the larger urban infrastructure scale, that remind me of the beauty and the power of architecture to influence people's daily lives. I am interested in designing human-centered spaces like the High Line to ultimately build communities and design architecture with emotional meaning, entangled within landscapes and the built environment.